evidence that cop last night, right? He's talking to me. Of course, he kept on interrupting. The whole situation between that nutty lady and poor Tom, it's recorded. It's on my channel. There's a lot more to it, but yeah. So, of course, the officer wanted to keep on repeating the same things over and over again, knowing that that's already my plan. He wants to say it over and over again. Now, that's good. But he kept on interrupting me. But, he was nice about it. Oh, it's just nuts. And that's the reason I record it. It's also the reason I put it on YouTube. Obviously, that officer's assumptions of my intentions were completely wrong. Well, you can't take them with you. Well, you can't take them with you. Fucking Christ, dude, shut up and listen. You know? He listened a lot better than a lot of cops, which I am glad for. I am grateful for. There's also the fact that he just had his own assumptions in his mind, and he was going to stick with those assumptions, even if it meant interrupting me repeatedly. So I didn't mind repeatedly interrupting him to try to get the point across that, dude, your assumptions are dumb. At this point, your ignorance and assumptions have become incredibly stupid. Did I plan on dragging Tom and dragging fucking the retarded lady down there? No, I didn't. Is retarded the wrong thing to say? No, retarded means slowed down. She's pretty slow. She's quite astute. She's highly intelligent. But she's pretty slow. He's pretty slow too, and then again, so am I. I got a screwed up back, screwed up legs. I don't exactly move at cheetah speed. But, of course, when he was wanting to, you can't take them with you. Jesus fucking Christ, dude, are you fucking retarded? Are you seriously that fucking stupid? You are too dumb because of a badge to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. Now, for the most part, he was pretty nice about it. Oh. There's also the fact that, well, it's recorded on YouTube, and it's probably a good idea for people to take the situation seriously, not talk over me, hear what I have to say, instead of hitting fucking repeat. If you make me say the same thing 50 fucking times, you're a fucking idiot, and you're going out of your way to look the other way. Now, for me, the situation with that crazy lady, I do feel bad for her. But at the same time, like, her crazy, it's not like she's got some, well, obviously she's got delusions. But there's a difference between being actually delusional and just wanting to fit in. I don't think she's actually delusional. I don't believe she actually believes she was a part of the CIA. I don't think she actually believes that she was with the FBI. I think she's just one of those people who figures if she can one-up everybody else's story through lies, then she gets to speak and they don't, and she's been through worse, and everybody else needs to just shut up because she's been through worse. She's been through it all, she knows it all, and so on and so forth. Now, for somebody like Tom, yeah, this is going to drive him nuts quick. As far as that officer goes, the things that I was planning on doing, he wants to tell me do this and do that, and you know what? You're telling me to do what I already planned on doing. It's kind of like Jason Jeffson. Wait until I put on my seatbelt and he hears it click to tell me, hey, Schwartz, you need to put on your seatbelt. But you also notice that that officer did not antagonize the situation. I mean, to some degree, his his verbal crap, especially the crap that he had on repeat, was a far cry from the actual situation. And then, of course, he wants to basically bottle Tom and Molly into the same boat. Like, no, Tom's trying to fucking escape from her, and, well, it's not his fault it didn't happen. He did make all the calls he needed to try to escape. He did call up a lady, and she showed up, and then, of course, there was a lady that finally showed up yesterday to help him, and I thought that he was going to leave with her, but no, that didn't happen. And then, of course, we got it on video, and I start backing out of that parking space. You hear this crunching, and turns out somebody shoved glass under my front tire on my driver's side and my rear tire on my driver's side, which, since there's literally no other glass on the fucking ground out there, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Molly. I don't have any evidence of it. Since it didn't destroy my tire, it didn't, do anything of that nature, I don't feel like going into Fred Meyer and harassing them for their security cameras. Now, of course, that's also a situation where I got a lot of anxiety just from hurry up and wait. So I do this pacing thing. Oh my God, Sean, how dare you go pacing? Anyway, I woke up just prior to starting this video. Let's see what time it is. 10:23, so it's still the morning. Here's a piece of the glass that was shoved underneath my car. Cute, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go throw that piece of glass away, because really, I don't have any intention to use it for anything. I don't think it's safe to have it in my vehicle, especially when I have to search through crap repeatedly, often. Having this busted ass piece of glass is just a detriment to my health. Also, there's the whole officers speaking for people. Well, that's fine, sort of. But those officers do need to be informed, and they do need to know what's going on, which is pretty important. I did get to explain enough to that officer that, well, he did say I was doing the right thing, which I already knew. I do look up the laws everywhere I go. I do try to make sure that everybody is safe in my general vicinity as well as I can. That includes myself. Now, when there's a situation that I gotta step up in, most of the time I have to step up in it. I usually choose to go away when there's a situation where it's confrontational. Now, for the cops not understanding the situation, when I had to tell them repeatedly about the situation with her and how I was trying to help him out, and, well, that's kind of not what they heard. And that's one of the things that did bug me, especially when, they're telling me stuff that it's pretty far off base, and it's based off of assumptions. I'm trying to tell them what's really up, and they're wanting to talk over me. Well, that is gonna bug me. just like she is absolutely bugged by being interrupted, but on a much more screwed up level. She's not trying to get help, she's trying to, well, fight for attention. She has to be the center of it. If she's not the center of it, there will be drama, there will be trauma, and there will be trouble. She'll create whatever she's got to. So, well, I guess I'll pretend that's a cigarette and light it. First tobacco of the day. Anyway, there's all these services that, of course, I started looking up on Friday, didn't I? Yeah. Had to wait through the weekend before being able to call any of those places, which, of course, is lots and lots of fun, huh? Anyway, might end up flying out here this morning. Haven't decided yet. I'm going to check to see if anybody's over there already this morning. And if there is, it's someone I know. Well, now you have to be on. Well, it doesn't look like there's anybody out there this morning. So I guess it's free up for somebody to panhandle. Of course, there's also the possibility of people with Fred Meyer coming out and telling people they can't. That's the rumor I heard yesterday, because I didn't actually see anybody from Fred Meyer kick anybody out. And I think they said it was the cops, but I'll have to go back through and listen to the recordings. Now there's a lot of folks that seem to hold a lot of animosity and a lot of hate. There's also something that is primarily a women thing to do, but it's also a cop thing to do, which means most cops are women. When a woman in the United States does something fucked up and gets busted, we've taught them a series of behaviors. Those behaviors include false accusations, screaming, hooting, hollering, and shouting, slandering people's names, trying to manipulate others into harming somebody for you. This is all pretty stupid stuff to do. And it creates, of course, a safety issue for their victim. But then, of course, after you destroy somebody's life like that, you don't want to get in trouble. You also worry about retaliation because you know you've done something wrong. You know you did something straight up evil. And now you don't want to get in trouble for it. Well, I get that. I understand not wanting to get in trouble. I was 5 once. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but yeah, I'm willing to go to prison to defend you people and your children. Your children especially. Now, that officer last night talked to me nicely enough. Didn't lift some shit, but well, at least he was nice enough. Now, there's a few words that I don't like or agree with. Like the word retarded. Not a big fan of that word. So why do I use it? It's called fairness and equality. Waiting for a crosswalk. There it goes. Now the Hope program and the Helping Hands thing. I don't know exactly what those programs are about. I'll be going, well, as soon as I'm certain I can drive safely, because I'm pretty friggin' tired and woke up exhausted. Thing is, it's a lot of fucking work to do by myself. Going by myself doesn't generally get me very far. I don't have the proper genitalia for most programs. Because most programs are female only out here. They don't tell you that until you get to the services. There's been a few shelters that I've been to. I was told, did you try this shelter? Did you try that shelter? And I go to the shelter and it's a women only shelter. Yeah, I tried. You'd think that the local sheriff's department in some of these places would have known that it's a women only shelter. Oh. Crab nets. This is a fishing place. Pretty cool stuff. They're the ones with the velociraptor in their window. And I got a few pictures of that just because it's pretty cool. Most issue I got, just like everywhere else, is that none of us can do this by ourselves. And most of us are trying to work together with people that we feel sorry for that are really abusing the shit out of us and our resources. And that guy that was asking me to watch his stuff, I watched his stuff for 2 whole days. Or damn near 2 whole days for what should have been just a few hours because he was trying to escape that lady. I really hope the best for him, and I do hope the best for her too. I just hope the best for her outside of my immediate vicinity. She drives Tom nuts, but obviously he's still trying to help her out despite the fact that she drives him nuts. He decided not to escape her like he was planning because, of course, I was ending up taking the ass end of that, and he wasn't real happy about that. So he's back over there dealing with her nuttiness. He plans on coming back. He wants to get her to Portland and drop her off there where she's got at least some familiarity with people. And he knows how crazy people here are over her already. Like I said, she's driving everybody nuts. From Alexander to that guy yesterday morning to, well, Tom himself. This is all stuff that we're expected to be okay with. We're expected to just take. We shouldn't be expected to take abuse from women. We shouldn't. Yes, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. Hell yes, thank you. Well, I can smoke an actual cigarette, and I am thankful for it. The little things, right? Now, that situation with that gentleman where it took extra to get something done. He was expecting his friends to show up within an hour of that first day, and it didn't happen. That's what he was hoping for, was that they'd show up, but when it didn't happen, and he's spending a few days, trying to hide from this lady. After his friends don't follow through for a couple of days straight on coming and picking him up and getting him out of that situation. Well, he don't exactly feel that much of an adult about it necessarily. That's just my opinion on the last part. It don't exactly make you feel manly to be hiding from a woman like that for 2 days and not going anywhere. I can understand. Well, I don't get embarrassed, so I guess I don't actually understand. But I can sort of understand why it is that somebody would be embarrassed over something like that. So he wanted to try doing the whole manning up and dealing with it. And, a lot of it was because a lot of people were complaining to him about her. So he was telling those people he was going to help her to get back to Portland so she doesn't drive all of us nuts. I hope he does. I'm not going to keep my fingers crossed because, as we all know, life is what happens when you're busy making plans. As hard as it was for him to get those people who were going to come see him to actually come see him, he don't have a whole lot of resources to work with. Those people came by just long enough to say hello, basically, and then leave. He's definitely taken one for the team, and I've definitely taken one for the team. Now, with those cops, with their assumptions, you know what? That's what we all have to deal with, especially out here on the streets. That's how cops interact with us when they're being nice. It doesn't get anything done, but at least they're being nice. Or rather, talking nice. Now, that officer wasn't threatening or demeaning or berating for the most part. The fact that he was on repeat over a situation that he didn't know nothing about, well, he should listen to me instead of going on repeat every time I started talking about it, which that is probably the one thing that cops in the United States are trained not to do, that they all do no matter what. They are trained specifically not to do those things. When they escalate a situation, well, they take de-escalation training. So when they escalate a situation, they know exactly what they're doing. It's not an accident. Obviously, I'm not interested in hurting people or getting people hurt. Oh, come on, let me walk. waiting on a crosswalk. I do not understand. I pressed the crosswalk button. Why ain't it letting me cross? There it goes. There's something called mutual benefit. When you have two people within a community giving to that community, that's mutually beneficial. And you've got one person within the community demanding all the attention and being demanding of what they're receiving, including the you owe me this and you owe me that crap. It becomes very complicated. We end up with a lot of women out here who are, well, they basically try to trounce off their vagina onto people as a measure of control. Well, there's some guys who will be controlled easily. And there are some men who will only be temporarily wooed. And then there are guys like Alexander who just straight don't give a shit. He'll tell that lady off. You don't give a fuck about her. She's old. He's not attracted to some old biddy. Now this morning, of course, I've had my cigarette. My vehicle does run. Gotta look up the map and get that taken care of course. MapQuest on my phone still works. I was able to get a charge on it. So I'm at 20% right now. And of course, that's not the best. That's not as wonderful as if I was to get, like, you know, obviously 100% charge. That'd definitely help me more and help me longer. Anyway, people going into the entrance here at Fred Meyer, just making sure they're able to cross the road without creating a traffic jam. I'm a nice guy. Obviously, with all the stuff going on in my life and having to deal with a crazy lady on top of it, well, I don't have to deal with that crazy lady. Obviously, this morning, well, me being on the other side of the building, me going completely across the street to look for cigarettes, going literally out of my way, not in that nutty lady. When I say she's crazy, I don't mean in a clinical way. I mean she's crazy in a manipulative, fucked up, she's a woman in the United States and trained to be that way kind of way. I got a lot of different recording devices so that I can record situations. Because people think they're slick. They think they can pull this shit because they're fucking lazy and don't want to do their jobs. And then of course they get pissed off when they're recorded doing exactly that. The officer last night was nice. Well, nice enough for a cop anyway. But repeatedly interrupting me to push his goddamn assumptions on me. He needed to shut the fuck up and listen. Now, did I push it? No, it's not a big major thing. It could be. It could become some big major thing quite easily. That's why Tom is trying to get her the fuck out of here. What are the chances that he's inside having a coffee right now to get away from her? They're pretty good. And then, of course, there's they were claiming she said I had some mental issues. I definitely do. I definitely do. But her mental issues are pretty fucking severe. I'm not sure if there's necessarily a diagnosis for her particular type of attention-seeking behaviors. For most people, when they have those attention-seeking behaviors, there is a reason. Sometimes they're trying to get heard because they're being abused, and sometimes they just want to be the center of attention. They think they are owed it or they deserve it. They don't care what everybody else is going through, like that lady back there, of course. Yeah, she don't care what other people are going through. She's a selfish person. She doesn't want to hear what anybody else has to say. She's a selfish person. Now, Tom, I would have expected that he would have spoken up about it. But also, he's explained to me, well, his fears. I also got the messages with him and his phone number. I didn't go seeking his phone number from 400 homeless people trying to get it so that I could harass him. No, he gave me his phone number specifically because of the situation with her. Now then, of course, there's a situation where he was there over by the cops. He could have explained it to him. I suppose he probably figured that it was anti-productive, being he's trying to help her get the fuck to Portland so he can come back without her. At least she knows people in Portland, Anyway, I gotta hang up on y'all and look that stuff up so I can go there and take care of business. And it's still the morning. Now I'm down to 15% charge. Ooh, scary. Anyway, because I was walking in front of Fred Meyer, I did make sure that I had my camera present. When you got to deal with crazy people, especially crazy women, you need to fucking record it. Because she's got tits, her word is going to be more important than yours. You need to record it. Now, that officer yesterday that wanted to continually talk over me and say the same thing, he's projecting his assumptions with that. And his ignorance. Now, he was nice about it. And that's something that I am going to keep pushing because he was nice about it. And I give him his kudos for being nice about it. Matter of fact, I got to give him kudos for dealing with her for almost 30 minutes before he came and talked to me. I'm going to message Tom in a few minutes so he's aware I'm leaving. Like I said, Tom and I have been in contact. Last night, I was just done with the situation. I was going to text him last night before I went to bed, but it was pretty fucking early in the morning. I didn't want to bug him then, so I'll probably message him right after I get off the phone and right before I look up the what's that place called? Care, I think. It's something. So I guess good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.